Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
All right. Are you Michael Steele?
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
Judge
sir.
Middleton. I'm here at the courthouse. Also here with me is your lawyer, Mr. Luke Knopfinger. You can see him on the screen. Also, Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert. Mr. Steele, this is an odd case. You're charged with larceny in a building, which is a felony punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment. You're charged with 3 counts of assault and battery. Actually, 5 counts of assault and battery and malicious destruction of a building. This is all some irrational conduct that occurred on December 21st. Your lawyer tells me that the prosecutor is willing to dismiss the felony charges. And Mr. Robert, could you put the plea agreement on the record here?
Sure. The plea agreement would be for him to plead to 2 counts of assault and battery, agree to pay any restitution, and we'd have no objection to him being placed on a higher probation.
Let me break that down. Somehow I got the idea of aggravated assault. They're going to request that you enter a plea to 2 counts of assault and battery. Assault and battery is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. I believe you've been in jail since December 21st, which is 10 days in December and 7 days in January. Now, Mr. Knopfinger, you confirm the plea agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Now, HIDA stands for Homes Youthful Trainee Act, which is a certain type of probation that can be used by judges to put young people on probation. And if they successfully complete their probation, the charge is taken off of your record. I'm not 100% sure I could do it on an assault case. I believe I can, but we'll look into that further. Are you going to plead to 2 counts of assault and battery? Mr. Steele?
Sorry, sir. Please restate that one more time. Please give that to me one more time.
Are you going to plead guilty to 2 counts of assault and battery?
Yes.
The other charges would be dismissed. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to those 2 misdemeanor charges?
No, nobody threatened me. Nobody threatened.
All right. Anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to those charges? Anybody promise you anything?
You did, Judge? You said?
Well, other than the fact that the felonies will be dismissed, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to these 2 misdemeanors?
No, sir. No.
All right. I end up looking at the screen. I can see on the screen, but I'm looking away from you. If I look at the camera, I'm looking at you. You can see my.
I'm sorry, man.
All right. Now, let me tell you a couple other things. If you plead guilty to these 2 charges, you're going to be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. If I give up my right to not have a trial, I'm not going to have a trial.
All right. Very good. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Knopfinger has been appointed to represent you, and he's here ready to proceed. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, sir. Could I have my attorney speak for me?
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, Judge, I did meet with Michael and he signed a waiver of rights.
All
for
right,
plea.
very good. And I've got it right here. All right. So I need to ask you some questions.
Yes,
This is a
sir.
very strange police affidavit. You were an employee of the McDonald's in White Pigeon, is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
And you showed up for work on December 21st, but you weren't scheduled to work that day. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. That is true. I was scheduled to work the next day.
All right. So you showed up on the 21st. You seem very disoriented. And at some point, you must have got into it with a customer. I'm not sure if this is right. It said you went out the window at the drive-through. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. And yes.
Well, that's
Yes, sir.
quite a feat. I don't think I could accomplish that going in or out, but so you jumped out of the drive-through window and got into it with some customers. Did you end up striking these people?
I did, sir. I did, sir. Gloria and Larry Waltke, I believe it is.
Yes.
I did, yes, sir.
All right, well, did you know those people?
No, sir.
Do you remember what you were mad about?
I screamed some absurdity to him, and then he screamed back at me. But when he screamed back at me, it was like his face changed. Like it was like I don't know if it looked like a demon. It seemed like a demon. His voice was very I don't know how to explain it, but it just his facial expressions, the way he voiced at me, it was different. I do remember it. I do remember that.
All right, so did you knock him down and then knock his wife Gloria down?
Yes, sir.
And then you got in your car and took off?
Yes, sir.
All right. This seems like some sort of either a mental health episode
It's drugs, Judge. I think there's
Or,
concerns about drugs, yeah.
or a drug episode. And so which drug are we dealing with?
It's concerned about Robitussin, overdosing on Robitussin.
All right, we're gonna have to follow up on that. All right, I'm gonna set this for sentence. I'd like victim input.
Judge, I was hopeful to address bond.
We're gonna take that up in a minute. Luke, I just set you for Wednesday, February
Yes.
5th. How about if we put this at the same time?
That's a good thought, yeah.
I try not to drag the lawyers around the map. Are you his mother? Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is a bizarre set of facts. And it was apparent just in reading the affidavit that you were somehow disoriented. I didn't know if it was drugs or mental health issues or some sort of a seizure. You've been in jail now for 17 days. The bond was set at $6,500. Your lawyer would like me to address the issue of your bond. Now, by law, on a misdemeanor case, I have to give you a PR bond after 28 days. Well, you've been convicted, so I wouldn't have to. Unless you're convicted, I have to give you a bond within 28 days. Mr. Knopfinger, what would you like me to know about bond?
Yeah, Judge, I would ask the court to grant a PR bond. I've had several conversations with Mike's mother. She's supportive of him. She found some of these empty bottles in his room. She's concerned. This was his 18th birthday. He's eligible for HIDA. I will be petitioning the court for HIDA probation. I think it's appropriate. This is the first criminal charge that he's faced. This is the first time he's been in jail, Judge. So he's been cooperative with me. We've been talking about some of the potential terms of probation for HIDA compliance with. maybe substance abuse therapy, sort of going through that. My client's very remorseful. He remembers most of what happened that day, but a lot of it is kind of a blur. So for those reasons, and the fact that given his age, he turned 18 just a couple of weeks ago.
Are you in high school or have you graduated?
I have not got my diploma yet, sir. No, I'm in high school. I just haven't got my diploma yet.
So is this your senior year at Constantine?
This would be my senior year at Link Learning in Three Rivers.
All right, so you're an alternative ed.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to come back, have him come back to your house? And you do have a driver's license?
Yes, sir. Did you ask me? Did you just ask me two questions? I'm sorry.
I asked you if you had a driver's license.
Yes, I do, sir.
All right, Mr. O'Berry, got any further input regarding the bond?
Would just say that if he does get out on bond and engages in any further criminal activity, our office would withdraw our support for a HIDA probation.
All right, I'm gonna give you a bond of $500 PR. No contact whatsoever with Larry Walke, Gloria Walke. I'm assuming you've probably lost your job over this
Yeah, he was trespassed.
or not allowed at the White Pigeon McDonald's. No drugs or alcohol, including cough syrup. You have an 11 p.m. curfew to 6 a.m. You must reside with your mother. No weapons, no assaultive or threatening behavior. Sentence is set for February 5th at 11 a.m. We'll get this paperwork out to the jail. You can go out to the jail and pick him up. It may take him a little bit. He might even get lunch out of the deal, but you can pick him up here in a little bit. So I've accepted your plea to 2 counts of assault and battery. We're going to consider whether you get Holmes Youthful Trainee status. If we do, that proceeding will be non-public. But I don't want any more problems. As Mr. Knopfinger indicated, this is the first time you've been in trouble and you just spent 17 days in jail. Hopefully that was uncomfortable enough that you don't want to do that anymore.
Sir,
I will see you on February 5th. I'll get the whole police report and victim input. All right, sir, you're good to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I won't.
Mr. Steele, you're good to go. Hit the buzzer and they'll come get you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Can I?
Hope you get lunch out of the deal.
I agree with that.
All right, 10 minutes. Checks in the mail.